At the start of every year, we pack gyms, we buy brand new workout clothes, and we swear we're never going to eat chapatis again. But come March, April, May, June, July, August, and pretty much the rest of the year, we fall off the wagon and wonder why things aren't working. Well, here's a tip. Fitness is for life, not a season. So let's have a conversation on that and more with fitness trainer and enthusiast Gabriella Waugh next. Hello and welcome to Sheila Lives Out Loud. Thank you for finding this channel. I'm Sheila Mwanyega. As always, please click subscribe and hit notifications, and don't miss next week's upload and every Monday after that. And I'm so glad you've joined us as we live out loud at the Sai Suites Apartment Hotel, luxury redefined. And this evening's conversation, yes, it's nighttime as you can see. The city's coming to life and so are we. And it's all about this beautiful, amazing guest. She's fierce, she's fun, and she's super fit. I mean, ona, tazama, look. And it's all about really getting to that place of fitness and fun and total fierceness. Gabriella Waugh, how you doing, girl?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
You look so lovely. I follow you online ever since I met you. I'm secretly obsessed.
Oh, bless you.
Especially with your arms.
Yes, my pride and joy.
And then your abs, but the sort of tag team.
It's there, yeah.
Thank you so much for being here with us today and for agreeing to make the time to have this conversation about something that really is very close to you and very real for you. Getting to this level of fitness, where did it all begin?
Ooh, so I was never a sporty child. This was not this was not something that I've always been into. It was actually something that when I moved to Nairobi, I got into because I didn't have any friends and I didn't have a job and I didn't have anything. So I found the gym and I made that like my place and my safe space and my me time. And that was where slowly I became more and more obsessed.
All right. When you say you moved to Nairobi, where did you move to Nairobi
I'm
from?
British. I was in the south of England.
Right.
So I met my husband at university. He was like, I'm moving back home because he was born and raised here.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'll come too. That sounds fun.
That is a leap of faith right there.
Yeah, well, if you see him, you've met him. He's an attractive man. It wasn't hard to follow.
But together, you look like you've stepped out of a Vogue cover or some Dolce & Gabbana ad. You really should see the two of them together. It's when you're a little girl and you dream about Prince Charming and you imagine what that happily ever they're so precious.
Bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, so precious. So the gym became this extension of your new home.
It did, yeah. It was all I had really. So something that I became more and more interested in because I didn't really know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I was going in there and I was spending an hour not quite understanding why I was on the treadmill and just, when you always go as a first timer, as a girl, you're always like, cardio and abs. So I was there on the treadmill day after day and I got really, really skinny with no definition. I was like, hang on a minute.
I want some curve. I want something in here.
Yes, and also I want to be doing what the boys are doing.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be over here and like not as strong or as good as the boys, like very competitive.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just gonna try out, and then I became so obsessed. Overtook my husband, overtook a lot of the men in the gym. And
I mean, they see you walking into the gym and they're like, oh man, it's time to go home.
Yeah, so.
But that takes an amount of strength from the inside, because a lot of women feel so intimidated in gyms because you've got these muscle men huffing and puffing in pretty much every corner and picking up every weight and looking at you like, what are you doing? Go over there to the aerobic section.
And they come over and they tell you how to use things. It can be really, like give you anxiety walking into a gym. So you have to know what you are going to do. Do not walk in there and just expect to work out like what your workout plan is right there on the spot.
Right.
It really helps if you just know you're going to go in, I'm going to pick up those weights, I'm going to do those exercises, and have a really good music like on in my and just leave.
And just leave when you're done.
So you don't have to interact with any of the big scary guys.
Pushing yourself and teaching yourself. There's one thing that we learn sometimes the hard way, because we look at what people are doing and we begin to copy without understanding why somebody is doing what they're doing.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that, because your own journey, I'm sure in the beginning, it must have been elements of that expressing itself before you figured out, hold on, this is now what works for me.
Yes, and especially with social media, and you see things on Instagram that look good for that fitness person because it's very flattering on their bum or something, and but it's not actually probably a very good exercise or something you should be doing. So people do copy a lot of things off social media that aren't actually a very good prescribed
or even
workout.
practical. I will tell you, a few weeks ago, I started posting pictures of just walking on the treadmill. And the truth about it is that's pretty much all I could do. That was the only level of fitness I had in my body. And that's all I could do. I couldn't lift 600 things and frog jump over stairs that are about 600 meters. I couldn't do it.
But you don't need to. Like, walking is just fabulous.
It's good enough as it is. And you can build on it and enjoy yourself and keep coming back. But ever since you stepped into that, you have worked on not just your body, you've stepped it up many notches.
Yes.
You're also helping other people get to discover their bodies differently.
Yes.
Let's talk about that evolution.
So I guess, being brutally honest, I'm just so nosy, and in the gym I was there like watching people do things wrong, and I'm like, hi, can I show you how to do it? Which is, I know people hate people like me.
Yeah, I know.
So it was like, how can I help people without being that annoying person in the gym? Like, if you did like, so I started my Instagram account, and I was like, I'll show people on there how to do things, and it grew and grew. So people then were approaching me like, do you personal train? And for years I was like, no, just doing it for fun. And then one day I was like, do you know what? No, this is my passion, and if I keep waiting for the right time, it's never going to be the right time. So I just took that leap of faith. So now I've been full-time personal trainer for a whole year, and I love it.
It shows. I mean, I'm watching you speak about it, and quite frankly, I think I see a halo forming.
Oh, I know.
It could just be the light behind right there, but yeah, that's the marker of passion, that you're right where you should be. And you're making a difference, not just for yourself, but for others.
It was never a career change in terms of I can make loads of money off that and become a Instagram fit influencer. I just wanted to do what I enjoyed day in and day out, not sitting at a desk hunched. Have you seen how hunched I am?
Yeah, no. You're lovely. Absolutely lovely. Now, when it comes to talking about fitness, there's one aspect of the equation that cannot be left out, because if you're going to go and demand your body and push your body, then it's also going to demand something of you. And I'm thinking how you fuel your body, what kind of nutrition you've got.
Right.
And it's something I heard once, and time has taught me the truth about that expression, that you cannot outrun
a bad diet. You cannot, no. So when I talk to my clients on day one, I tell them, okay, there's a scale of how you can do this. You can come in and we can work out, and you can go home and eat bad food, and that's your decision, and that's okay if that's how you want to live your life. There's the other extreme. You can log and track your food, and it can become everything, and you can completely redesign your body by really studying nutrition and knowing what you're eating, and not even seeing like food as food, it's just fuel.
Right.
Or there's the middle ground.
The middle ground.
Which I am always a big advocate of. That you eat well, and you eat your wholesome, nutritious foods, and you're trying to avoid processed foods day in and day out. But you have a little bit of balance, and you have your fast food and your pizza on occasion, and your wine here and there, and you will still make great progress. You're not going to look like a bodybuilder, but you're not going to be
you're not going to be on
time.
this other end not enjoying life, because let's
but then
face
you know, each to their own. Wherever you want to be on the scale, that's fine, it's your life. But I really think you can make amazing progress and just be balanced and be happy where you're eating well, which makes you feel so good.
Right.
But then you eat the junk food, which also makes you feel good.
Which also makes you feel great.
So, you know,
and
you're
you
happy.
Know, what I think is sometimes, if you've grown in a certain culture and the certain foods that your body has eaten and digested for most of your adult life, and then one day you say, for the next 50 years of my life I cannot have this, that is a very difficult thing to do.
Mentally, that's horrible, to always be restricting yourself. And I think that can be a problem when you go on the other end, where you are suddenly tracking everything that you eat and you become so obsessed with, 5 calories over. That can become quite a unhealthy mental state. So it's all about finding what works for you and that happy place where you feel like you are progressing, but you're
progressing, but still living life and not missing out on social occasions. Because I know some people who will cancel meetings, celebrations, and they'll simply say, "Oh, but I just started a diet, and so I cannot see you." And please don't bring bread to the table. And you're thinking,
that's a diet that's never going to last.
Bread on the table, please. All right, but going forward and knowing that you're using social media for good, you're using social media to help people who have logged on from all corners of the world. I saw you came up with an exercise routine. You're coming up with different routines that can shake up people who've been working out for a very long time. And also exercise routines that beginners can start on and absolutely enjoy. So let's talk about creating, crafting, and coming up with plans like these.
Oh my goodness. It is hard being a content creator. But it's luckily I really enjoy it. And it's usually also what I do in class. I'll do something in class and I'll see that my girls have really responded well to it, and I'm like, I'll share this. This is something that's fabulous. Or I'll do my own workout and be like, this is good. And I will take the time to record it next time and know that the men can do that one, the advanced people can do it. I've just started YouTube, and I've started like a Pilates series on that for like beginners. That's a whole new thing which I'm now sort of learning myself as I go along. I really enjoy putting it out there, and whether 1,000 people watch it or one person watches it, I really don't mind.
We're all in the business. Somebody once said to me, "Oh girl, I checked your videos, and where are the people who are watching?" And I said, the people who are watching, you can see the numbers there. And I'm not creating the content because I want 6 million people to watch. If my community is going to grow to 6 million, well and good. But if the community is 5 people, then that's my community.
And one message from one person that you've made a difference means more than any of that.
It makes everything that you're doing worthwhile. And if you look at what's happening on social media, like what you said at the beginning of the conversation, people are comparing themselves to everybody else. And then you lose your joy, you lose focus, you stop finding joy in what you're doing. But you've always got to keep creating, because there's somebody somewhere who's just living for the next upload. And who's loving the next upload.
Well, luckily I enjoy it, so I don't mind. I'll keep doing it.
Don't be discouraged. Keep doing it. Keep growing it.
Always.
And just make your mark, because someone said to me, and I think it is true, eternal life is online. So everything you're putting out there is forever. It's
deep.
Never going to go anywhere. I know. Now let me sit and
should go back and delete some things.
What have you been up to? Oh well, Gabriella, I could talk to you until the sun comes up tomorrow. But I'd like us to walk through an exercise plan that is something anybody can get into. And before we do that, I'd like you to walk us through, some of the frequent problems, and most importantly, staying inspired, staying committed to making that change for your body. So let's talk about the problems that you've encountered, and then we'll wind up with some encouragement, because it's not easy sometimes, huh?
Oh, no, it's not. I think one of the main problems is people always want to do so much and do it all at once, and do too much too soon. So it's January 1st, I'm going to go on a diet, I'm going to work out 6 times a week, I'm going to not drink alcohol, I'm going to go to bed at 9:30, even though I've never gone to bed before midnight before. And suddenly everything's changed.
You're doing everything at the same time.
And you burn out. And you fail, and you're depressed, and that's it. January 1st rolls around again, and it's a terrible cycle. So I always just believe in doing small things at once, and knowing that this is a long process. This is, we're not talking about trying to get fit in 6 weeks. We're talking about making yourself healthy for life.
For the rest of your life,
If it's going to take you a month to do that one tiny goal, and then we do the next month, the tiny next goal, that's cool. So what? Like, that's fantastic. Way better than
6 weeks. And then after 6 weeks, guess what you do? You stop working out, because the 6 weeks ended, and you fit in that pair of shorts. And then in 6
the
weeks,
bikini picture.
Oh
so
gosh,
it's
a hot mess again.
So it's all about thinking long term and being patient with yourself,
Yeah.
trusting the process, and just giving your body that time to adjust.
Yeah.
And trying things, and if it doesn't work and you don't enjoy it, you don't have to keep doing it. There's nothing that says, you know, okay, this is the one way of exercising and you've signed up for that class, so you have to go.
Deal.
Oh my God, if you don't
Yeah.
like it, don't do it.
Don't.
Like,
Yeah.
find your joy, you know?
It should be something that makes you smile when all is said and done. Because you're going to spend at least 1 hour doing it. And do you know how hard time is to find and to apportion to yourself?
Yeah.
And then the time that you give yourself is full of misery,
Yeah,
aka makasiriko. You cannot live like that.
No, I'm not saying every day is going to be the best day ever when you go into the gym. I have days
Yeah.
where it's a real struggle, but that's when your dedication to the long game has to just kick in,
Right.
and you push on through.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
Speaking of pushing on through, the time has come. Yes, it's going to be a great workout. I am stoked. And please don't compare. The comparison we said was what? Yes, it's the stealer of joy. So please, let us all stay in our lanes and exercise. Haya, twende kazi.
So we're just going to start with a basic gentle warm-up. We're going to keep the back knee down for stability, and we're going to push the hips down, come forward, put your left
Okay.
hand down on the mat. So we're just going to push those hips down down towards the ground. You should feel the stretch here in your hamstring and in your hip flexor.
Yeah.
And we're going to open up and take a twist. So deep breath in, look up towards the beautiful night sky. Yep. Beautiful. So before you should do any exercise, you have to do some form of warm-up and mobility stretching. Nice and gentle, nothing too vigorous.
Okay.
Curl the back toe under, lift up, there we go. We're gonna step back into a high plank. So come up, yeah, there you go. Come down. We're on all fours.
Yep.
Our hands are directly underneath our shoulders, our knees are directly underneath our hips. You're gonna take a deep breath in, drop the belly,
I can do that.
and then breathe out round the spine.
Okay.
And again, breathe in. It's just nice and gentle. Gets everything moving. So come back up. Bring the other leg forward.
Right, there too.
And we'll go forward on the stretch. Plant down the right hand. Nice. And then gently open up. Beautiful. And back down. Come back up.
Okay, coming back up.
So you can come up onto your knee. There you go, exactly.
And then,
And step back. So we're going to come back down onto all fours. We're going to push back into a downward dog. So toes curl under. You're going to lift those hips up towards the sky. Push the heels down to the ground. Elbows facing forward if you can twist them. Nice. And now with soft knees, walk your hands back towards your feet.
okay.
Beautiful, deep breath in. All the way up. Nice. So in a perfect world, you're going to want to do a nice bit of a warm-up, jumping jacks and things. You're going to want to do a mobility stretch like this. Nothing too aggressive, nice and
This is
gentle.
opening everything.
Just to make sure you're not straight away going into something and your body is
Not
in
ready,
shock.
especially if you've just woken up.
Yes.
You're like, and
So,
then,
we're going to move on to abs
okay.
or core.
Yes.
Core is the foundation for everything. Life, walking, picking up your shopping, any exercises you do in the gym. This is doing all the work. So you've got to be nice and strong in this area. It's not just about abs and looking fly.
Yes. Oh,
It's
they
very
serve
important.
a purpose.
They actually
They're
do
not just
something.
for the gram.
Whole area. So
Right.
common mistakes are people not using their breath when they're doing this, or having their back in the wrong position. So we start with a foundational exercise, which is just the crunch.
Okay.
So we come down onto our backs and we make sure that our back isn't arched. So
Okay.
it's flat against the mat. We tilt the pelvis up and we feel that our core is engaged.
Right.
We're in a nice,
So not
strong-
just like this.
No.
It's
It's
there's
never
a
arched.
movement.
We are in a strong position, and
Right.
we do this with loads of other exercises. When we're doing an overhead press, we'll do the same thing when we're standing up.
Okay.
So this is our foundation. From here,
Yeah.
we're going to take our hands nice and gently behind our heads. We're going to lace the fingers and create like a little cradle for your neck.
Okay.
This is not a neck exercise. So this is an upper ab exercise. So you're going to take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to crunch up. Now, you may find you can come all the way up.
Yeah.
You can go down again, or you may find it's a small movement.
Yeah.
What's important is you're using your breath, and you're just using
The stuff here.
two ones here.
Right, the ones at the
So,
top.
Crunch in, look forward, tuck the chin, breathe in, and then back down.
Okay.
So we'll go a few more reps. Good, and down. Good, feel them.
Wow.
I feel them working.
They're waking up.
Yeah,
They've
good.
been
Keep
asleep.
that chin nice and tucked. Look forward, good, and down. Keeping that core engaged. Back is flat on the mat. Perfect. Use your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Exhale all the air out. Perfect. So then you can advance this. So you can go to the knees up crunch. So your knees are here. You're in a 90-degree bend.
Yeah.
And the further your knees are away from your body, the more
Oh,
your
look at
lower
that.
abs are going to engage.
They're my crisps from Christmas.
So you keep on crunching up using your breath. Perfect. And there are other variations. You can then have your legs straight. You can have your legs in a butterfly
Well, like
position.
this.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Who does this? Oh,
Well,
you do this.
You're doing it. You're doing it as we speak.
No. I wasn't doing it. I was just, Whew. Oh, Lord. Okay.
So we worked this area.
Yeah.
Now we're going to work the side. We're going to work the obliques. So
Right.
we're going to do the bicycle,
Okay.
which is a common exercise that most women will have done, most men will have done, and probably will have done it wrong.
Wrong, right?
Because they rush it.
Okay.
So the beauty of this one is all in the exhale. And when you exhale, you contract. And it's nice and slow. This leg, it's good if it's low. If it's not, that's fine. All right.
Okay, I'll do the rest tomorrow.
Let's work the lower portion,
Oh,
which for
yeah.
women is the problem area.
Why is it so?
So our bodies is protecting that area for baby making.
Right.
So whenever we lose fat, it'll try the hardest possible not to lose fat from that area, so we're protecting our womb and our ovaries, and we can create babies. So if you see women with that bit defined, they're probably such a low body fat percentage, they probably couldn't have children easily
Really?
at that. They may look great, but it's all about what's
Really?
important in life. So as women, we should love that bit. That's what makes us women.
You're trying to get a baby?
Love it. Embrace it. Have a baby. So we're gonna go legs straight up.
Okay.
If they're perfectly straight, that's fantastic. If not, I'm okay with that. You wanna, if you need to put your hands under your bum, it helps tilt that pelvis forward.
Okay.
And again, head can be down or up. And you're just gonna point those toes for me. Beautiful. You're gonna lower without your upper body coming up as far as you can, and then come back up. Yeah. Straight legs down. Beautiful. And if you're laughing, then it's obviously not that hard.
No, it's just my body's asking me, I thought we were going to go drink some wine.
Not yet.
And
Good.
what's happening
So,
here?
This is working that lower region. So perfect.
Okay.
So last thing
Yeah.
that we have not addressed, because it's not a sexy area, it's the lower back. So the lower back is part of the core just as much as the other area, but people neglect it. And that's
why you lose your strength. And I'll tell you what, 4 years ago, I had back surgery.
Oh, okay.
And so the doctor said to me, going forward, you're going to need to strengthen your core and strengthen your back.
Right.
Because your back isn't quite what it used to be.
Yeah, of course.
So work on it.
Yes. And have you?
In the first year I did.
Okay.
And this year I am.
Oh, of course. So one of my favorites is the Superman.
Okay.
So we come onto our fronts, and I'm pulling your arms that way, and someone else is pulling your legs. So you're nice and lengthened the whole time. Your chin is going to stay tucked. And what you're going to do is lift up, squeeze up, and down. Up and down. And you're working this lower area here.
Oh, God.
So I want to feel it. Thank you. Good. Nice and high. Grass in your hair. There we go.
I like that. I've got grass in my hair.
So another variation is called the Aquaman. So then
Okay.
you do one arm, opposite leg.
Hey,
time.
are you serious?
Yes, bit of coordination.
I know, it's like my legs are both moving.
One leg,
Okay.
one arm. Head stays nice and tucked.
And
on
what
you.
happens with
And
this
it
one?
Up, comes up and down. And then the opposite one. Up and down. And you're just working this area here and
Yeah.
the upper glutes. So
Yes.
it's fabulous.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
So that would give you an all-rounded ab workout. You do 20 reps or 12 if 12 is good for you.
Yeah.
And then 3 or 4 sets. taking a break in between.
I'll tell you, if you've been trying this, then your breath should be a little, you know, chaotic, but in a good way. It's all about the breath. Yeah,
every exercise you do on any body part, use your breath. When the going gets tough, you exhale, you keep that core tight, and you'll be fine.
Oh, that was simple. I mean, we didn't even jog on the spot, but I'm feeling like we've definitely done something.
Good.
So, again, going back to everything you've taught us today, do what's right for you and what feels good for you. Don't compare yourself.
Never.
And keep at it.
Yeah.
And keep breathing.
Be kind to yourself every step of the way.
Kindness is a good thing. So is bread.
Yes, it is.
So thank you so much for this chat.
Thank you.
The doors remain open. We look forward to inviting you again in every season so that we can see whether we're growing and how we're doing and how we're progressing. And don't forget to check out my social media sites, because I'm going to post all her social media links so that you can catch up with exercises that you can do no matter where you find yourself and no matter what level of fitness you're at. Just keep breathing and moving. All right, so we're signing out from Sai Suites Apartment Hotel. It's an incredible place. You've seen it by day, you've seen it by night. Now you've got to come and see it for yourself. You're gonna have such an amazing time here. As always, click subscribe, hit notification, drop us a comment, share this video with somebody who needs it, and let's catch up next week. Until then, live out loud in all that you do. Bye-bye.